Hi guys, it's Jessica here. I feel like it's been forever since I made a video. I think it's been a couple of weeks, but it's been very busy, and lots of Dolly stuff has been happening. There's lots of stuff in general, and I just really haven't had time to make Dolly videos. So I have been working on Dolly things, doing mostly sewing is what I've been doing, but it's just been really nutso. My work schedule has been really busy, and in addition to just working a lot of days, there have been a lot of really long and late days. I don't know, it's like it started last week with a surgery day that was supposed to be a short surgery day and ended up being 7 straight hours of surgery without any sort of break. By the time I got home that day, I couldn't even like move my neck. And the next day was Thanksgiving, so I had a day to kind of rest because we went over to my in-laws' house for dinner, and they did most of the cooking. That's kind of the nice thing about going to somebody else's house. But I did get to rest a lot that day. But then right back into work, and it's just every day I'm getting out late, having some emergency surgery that comes in, or unexpected emergency surgeries. Like last Monday, it was literally, I was about to put my coat on and go out the door, and one of the nurses walked back with a poor little dog that had a little Yorkie that had been attacked by a larger dog, and really bad eye injury. Basically, the eye gets pushed out of the socket, and that's an emergency type of procedure that needs to be done if you want to save the eye. So I stayed late to do that surgery, and it's just been like that kind of like dramatic thing happening, and I like emergency work. That used to be, I used to just thrive off of that, and it's still that kind of excitement and fast pace. So in my later years here, and with having not such great health, I'm not able to keep up with that like I used to be able to. So just lots of crazy stuff every day, and I am looking forward to a few days off here. And this month, knock on wood, is supposed to be a slower work month, and while that's not good for money, I'm gonna try to like take it easy and not be taking every single work day that I can take, which it's hard saying no sometimes. Went down Toby's. So I do have a lot of Dolly stuff to share with you guys. I'm sorry, I just got home from work and I am pajamas right away and I'm slobbing it up, but I do have a list of things here so that I don't forget. I've been doing a lot of sewing stuff, so this has been a lot of fun. I've been working on these hats. These are old-fashioned flat cap style newspaper boy type caps that I've been working on. This was actually the first one that I made and I made it for Lark. So I'm actually a little better at it. So the lining has been turning out better on the ones that I've been working on. But that was the first one that I made. So I think he looks super cute in it. But anyways, I've been wanting one of these caps for my dolls, or wanting these caps for my dolls for quite a long time. But anytime I would see them for sale, they were like too expensive, or if they wouldn't be too bad in price, but the shipping would be really expensive, and I didn't have other things that I wanted to order from wherever I saw them. So I decided, well, I guess I need to try to figure out how to make my own. And so I have this one. I think this is probably my favorite of the ones that I've made. I made this one for Benjamin. It matches, it's from the same fabric that I used on his pants. I used it on the hat and did 2 tones with that. So, and you can put a snap between the bill and the front of the cap, and I just actually tacked it down with sutures tacked it down with thread because I like the look of that. I like how it sits on their head and the way it slopes down. So I think he's looking really cute. Let me grab some of the other ones. So here's Stuart, my Delchiwu, and he's wearing this one. This is one of the SD size ones that I made, and it's lined. And I really wanted to line these with some sort of satin. I thought it would look so nice, but they would never stay on. If I lined them with satin, they'd always be slipping off their heads, because once you get them on over the hair, they do stay on pretty decently, and I like how they fit. So you can slope it down over one eye. And that's something I was thinking about, like maybe sewing some of these for sale, and I don't know if people would be interested in buying something like this. This is an MSD size one that I made, and I thought the fabric that I lined it with was really cute. So so those are the there's some others that I made too, but so MSD and SD size, and I could do things in between too. So I don't know if people are interested in that. I was thinking about maybe selling these caps for, I don't know, $25 a piece. I don't know if that's something that people would go for. But this little doll here is actually, this is the doll that I got in for, it's going to be my mother-in-law's Christmas present. And I want to try to sew her some things by Christmas, but if I don't make it in time with some clothes for her for Christmas, then at least she'll have, this is an outfit that I bought from a gal on Etsy. I really, really like her clothes, and it just went out of my mind. The name of her shop. Okay, I'll put a link down below when I figure it out later, but it comes with, this was a really cute little set. It came with these little capri stretchy pants and the dress and the purse. So this is a Doll Leaves Hedy, H-E-D-Y, and I got her second hand, and I actually got her for a pretty good price. She comes with the company default face up, and she came with a problem. Her inside floating torso piece, she would constantly flip to one side or the other, and she, within opening, within a few hours of opening her, I was getting in there to hot glue suede that thing down, because she bit my fingers pretty good, pinched them pretty good several times, flopping around like she does. You're just trying to dress her and move around, and she just like suddenly just flops over and like crunches your finger. So I wanted to try to get that fixed right away, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to fix her and that she was going to stay fixed before I gave a doll to my mother-in-law, because I don't want to give her a problem doll. But so far, since I've done that, she has stayed really stable, and she can move and not but not pop out like she was. So I'm actually really impressed with this doll. The body that this doll was on, I remember seeing a comparison photo of it with the Doll Zone MSD body, and they look so incredibly alike. And she poses all right. I mean, I think I do need to do some more hot glue sueding, like in her arms and more in her legs and things like that. But she actually can do some pretty cute little poses. Let's see if I can get her to sit down here. I can have her. So, if you can see her, she's pretty cute. So that's for my mother-in-law. I've been sewing. Been working on sewing pants. Let me grab some of those dolls and show you guys. So I'll move some things around. I'll be back again in a minute. Here is my little lily cat, Kitty Jolie, in some pants and a shirt that I made her. This is a little tailored shirt that, I'm sorry it's so dark in here, it's night and so the lighting isn't the best, but she's got these little sleeves and she's actually wearing, she is wearing a corset under this, so it's kind of a little bit bulky, but she can wear this as like a little jacket type of thing over it, and I thought it looked pretty cute. And she's wearing these little pants that I made her, which I think fit her butt a little better. She's got such a big, so I'm still working on trying to find, you know, make some pants that fit the huge lily cat butt. So still working on that a bit, but I do think she looks really cute in that. And these are some little moccasins that I bought from a seller on Etsy. Again, I can't remember her name, but I had my eyes, especially, I wanted a pair of these turquoise ones that she makes. They're for minifee, but most any shoe that fits a minifee is gonna fit a lily cat. So usually if I hear or know that something fits minifee, then I try to snag it for my lily cat girls because it'll fit them. And then I've been working on some pants for my big guys because of the third leg problem, which makes it challenging to make and get pants for these guys. So here is my Venitu. This is Amergen, and yes, his head is missing. He actually got mailed off to get a face-up because I kind of gave up that I'm going to be doing any face-ups this winter, and not anytime soon anyways. I still haven't got my pastels in, plus the weather has just been so cold and wet, so kind of gave up on that. So he's here, headless. I did show some pictures of this on my Instagram a while back. So this was a new pants pattern that I would like to eventually make into jeans. And so this was the first pair that I made, and they actually fit him pretty good in the crotch. He can sit down, he can sit down, he can stand up, and still you don't have like third leg sticking out. This was my first attempt at making a pair of pants with a yoke in the back, and I kind of I made it a lot wider than I liked. You know, it should have been a lot further up here, but still they fit really decently and don't look terrible. So he's wearing these right now. The shirt is an R Rabbit shirt, and one of my favorite ones actually, and it fits him pretty good, and that was one of the reasons I chose this gold fabric for the accent on the pocket to kind of coordinate with this shirt, because I really liked how that looked on him. And he's got his shirt tucked in, and there's maybe a little gapping, like when he's not, you know, you can see that there's a little bit of gap there, but actually these pants do okay with, they don't do too bad with the butt crack test, the plumber's crack test. So then using the similar pattern, almost the same pattern, I did adjust the yoke in the back. I made a pair of pants for Gahern. I also made him this shirt to go with it. I actually made the shirt a little shorter than I would have liked, so I can't tuck it in real well, unfortunately, which is too bad because I really did like how it was turning out, and then I just didn't make it quite long enough, but it still looks okay. So he is even worse. I mean, he is just really bad in the third leg department, and it's really, really hard. I don't know if you can even see anything. It's so dark. So he's been sitting down, but I need to get things straightened out down around here in these regions. Yeah, if I was gonna get this doll she body again, I would not get this joint, and I would not have this joint here, because it is to get him from sitting to standing and not looking strange, because this joint always wants to it always wants to pop out this way, and it doesn't want to just sit straight up, so it's really challenging a lot of times to get him in a standing position that doesn't look awkward, like to just stand him up. You have to do a lot of adjustments. So it's kind of gotten a little, seems like it's looking more crooked now than it did before, but he's been sitting for a long time wearing these pants. But it's definitely challenging because he's very much got the third leg thing going on. I thought the butt turned out really, really nice. I really like how it turned out. The yoke turned out pretty good. It's very challenging sewing fitted clothes that don't have any stretch. So we're working on that, and he definitely makes things more difficult. But I like how his shirt turned out. So made him this shirt that has gold panel in the back. And it's this red material, because I really wanted him to have a red shirt of some kind, because that was a color that was really important to him as a character in the past, and so I really like that. Let's see if I can get him to stand up here. So he is a really nice stander. Like, you do sometimes have to put a little effort into getting his legs straightened up after he's been in a sitting position, to get things lined up again. But he's a really good stander, and does some nice poses. So I don't totally hate having those extra joints, but like I said, if I had it to do over again, I probably would think twice about some of these extra joints, because they do cause some problems. There. So, alright, so I did, let's see, what else do I have to show you guys that I made that I've been sewing? Let's see if I can get this guy. After all that effort, getting him straightened up so that he was standing, and now I'm going to wreck it. Make him sit again. So, a little bit of a pain with this body because of that. I really like the neck joint. That is probably, of all the joints, like the extra joints that he has, that is, I just love neck joints. I think they're awesome. You can get so much more expression with them. So I made some pants for this little guy. This is my Soom Shale, who is a Centaur, and I'd actually put him up for sale, and but I was playing around, and actually I was going to take his upper human part and play around with a Luts body that I had, a Kid Delph body, and see if I could make him a human body. And then I just thought to maybe just, like, these are his Centaur legs, his Centaur front legs. I just put them right on his pelvis, and they don't fit perfect. And I can't remember if I showed this on, he's wearing these pants now so you can't see. It's not a perfect articulation, but I think he looks really freaking cute. I've been actually really liking him in this in this form. He's like a little, he's got these hooves, which are super cute. So, but he didn't have any pants. He's been wearing this Kid Delph, Luts Kid Delph jacket that came with my first BJD, actually. It was a Kid Delph Leo. So he's been wearing this for a long time as a Centaur. So he needed some pants to go with it, so I made him these. And don't know how much of the details. He's got some pleats in the front here, and so it splits all the way down, because it has to be able to go, like this has to open up wide enough, and these are big enough that I have to be able to slip his hooves through. So then I cinch it up with a ribbon. And the front is flat, but I thought this turned out really cute on him, and so he's no longer for sale. I like him in this form. I think he's really, really freaking adorable. So lots of things been working on for sewing, lots and lots of things. What do I have? Oh, I do have some other things to show you. Let me move some things around and I'll be back again in a minute. Okay, so this is a head. This is a Luts Delph head that most of you probably already know. If you have me on Instagram, you've probably seen the pictures I posted of her. So I will turn her around here so that you can see her. So she is a modified Luts Juri 2006. So she is, I believe the 2005 Juri was the first one, and so this is the Christmas event, 2006 Luts Juri head. And she has been modified, and she's been modified and her face up were done by Angel Toast. And I think if you look at her side profile, it makes it a lot more dramatic. Her nose has been modified. Let's see if I can get a view of that her nose. So it's been kind of shaped down. She has almost like a little bit of a Roman bridge a little bit. I just love it. And then they also, this part I do wish that she still had her full elf ears, because I adore elf ears. I never want to see elf ears sanded down or removed. But that is her, that's the other mod. And you can see that she's also got some earring holes. But I love the nose. I loved the sculpt anyways, and I wouldn't mind getting a hold of the 2006, the original one. But I fell in love with this girl, and at the time, I really didn't have the funds to get her right then, and I ended up getting her from, I'm going to say her name wrong, it's Koi Saru Marionette, but I'm saying that right. Koi starts with a K. She's on Instagram, and I know that she's I know she's on DOA too, but I don't know if it's the same name. But she had pictures of this, I think I saw it on Flickr, and I was like, oh, I really, really like that. But anyways, I ended up putting some bodies up for sale, and I ended up trading her one of the bodies. She saw that I had the body and asked me if I wanted to do the trade, and yes, very much. I really, really love her. And she also sent me this wig with her. I guess it was like a really blonde, light blonde wig, and she actually dyed this this blue color. And she had these blue eyes that she came with, which were actually really pretty. These eyes they just came in. They were, they're doll bakery eyes. They're doll bakery eyes. And she had that stock sale where she was going through and cleaning out her stock. So she had Small Business Saturday, basically. So it was last weekend, the weekend after Thanksgiving. And her eyes were 30% off with free shipping. So these are 14 millimeter rose quartz extra pale. And I do think, I kind of wish that maybe I would have gotten the 16 millimeter. I mean, I do like this iris size for her, but there's a little bit of gapping, whereas I think if these were 16s, they'd probably be perfect. But I think she's going to keep them from now. They're such beautiful eyes, and I love the idea of her being, you know, maybe having some more pastel type colors, like mermaid, unicorn colors type of thing. I did have an idea of giving her a unicorn horn, making her a sparkly blue and pink unicorn horn. So, and she does happen to have an original Delph body. I think it's the type 1. I don't think it has a neck piece. I'm not sure on that. It's either the one with the neck piece or the one before a type 1. But I'm really super excited for that body to come in. It was a really, really good deal. I said they're going to put that on my tombstone. But the Delph body, original Delph body, I couldn't pass it up. I mean, I want the Delph bodies. If I can't get Delph bodies, then my second preference is the Feeple 60 Moe bodies, which I would definitely, I'm still needing another body because this Delph body's coming. It's probably going to go to her. I have the Delph leash head, and if I can't find her a Delph body, if that doesn't come up sometime next year, this needs to happen next year, then I do want to put her on a Feeple Moe body. But I thought this girl was so classic and so beautiful, and I wouldn't have thought that I would have liked a modded head so much, but I really, I just love her. I kept coming back to the picture and looking at her. I wanted her. So, okay. How are we doing for time? Not that I worry about talking too long, but about my phone cutting off on me, because that might happen. So, this is the other thing that came in. This is my Morfeo head. And I did open this. Let's see, does it say on here? Yeah, Morfeo. This is I think that this is her first release, like had a head made, or his name is Rumpelstiltskin. It's spelled like funny though. They are on Facebook and Instagram, and I have been following this head for like the last year, following all their updates and everything. So I did open this, but it was so cutely packaged that I wanted to reopen it on camera to show you guys, just because it was so cute, and show you all the stuff that was inside. Let's see, I might change the camera around. Let's see here. Let me see. Okay, let's do it like this. I think you'll be able to see okay there. Everything, camera, okay. So I thought the packaging was really, really beautiful, so I wanted to be sure to show you guys. Let me take, it had this bit of twine wrapped around it. It was packaged very nice. And it came in this box with, I think that's a grasshopper. Maybe a cricket or a grasshopper. So it came, and of course, like I said, I already opened this, so everything was very securely wrapped. But look at all of these candies. Look at all of that good stuff. Look at this hamburger candy. But I love it because these are all like, these are not candies that we have around here. So when I got a doll from Spain, it was my Mishi's doll, Dreamy. It came with some of these candies, so I wonder if these are Spanish candies. So I won't show the head yet, but I will show you the papers. Trying to be careful. So this was in here. So it says Morfeo, RumpleDoll, and so I don't know if they stained this paper themselves. It kind of feels like it's been wet, you know, with watercolors or distress stains or something, but it says basic guide and tips for first days of a new home, some advice, and it's really cutely written. These fascinating creatures are usually quiet and have omnivorous habits. However, remember that you have acquired a potentially dangerous creature, and therefore it is your own responsibility to avoid situations that could compromise the physical and mental integrity of all those who can get into interact with the specimen. So it goes, it's really cute. It goes on and talks about the dangers. I felt like I was getting like a gizmo or something. Don't feed him after midnight. So this is his COA, Certificate of Authenticity. So he is number 5. They all came in fresh skin. I'm not sure what company casted these. I think Haru Casting did these, if I'm not mistaken. They seem to do a lot of these little independent heads, independent artists that do these little. So only 10 heads were made of this little guy. And actually his size, this is him. His size actually surprised me a little bit. He's smaller. He's a lot smaller than a lot of SD heads. I mean, like Feeples, I guess you can't really see him. My Feeple boy, Karsh, is here. And of course he has a bigger head, pretty big head size, because he is a Fairyland doll. But you can see, like, this head is actually quite a lot smaller than most SD size heads that I'm used to. And so that just kind of took me by surprise. Let me see. Can you see his little fangs? So he's got these little fangs, and then he's also got these two little, like, his little front teeth that you can see. And his nose, he's got the freaking cutest nose. I love the sculpting on his nose. And then, of course, the ears are epic. I like how they stick out. Like, I love elf ears, and I like that they stick out. I hope that they will be really apparent. I haven't tried any wigs on him yet. But one of the first things I did was try him on the potential bodies that I had in mind that I was going to get him. I thought I had 2 main bodies that I wanted to think about getting, and that was either a Dolly body or the Venetu body, the timeless Fifth Element timeless body, and those bodies are way too big for him. They're huge. He does not fit. I should show some pictures. I don't know if I have any still, if I kept them. But this head is way too small for that. It does have a pretty big neck hole, but like, even if you could perch it on top, it was completely out of proportion. The other body that I was really hoping it was going to work on was the Doll Chateau Dolores body, which is what I have. I have the Doll Chateau Dolores that I'm using with my iOS Taurus skull right now, and I was really hoping because I had it in my mind that I was going to get a tan, I was going to get that body in tan and blush this to match, so he would be tan, and it actually proportion wise doesn't look too bad. It is a really big hole, so it's still kind of on the list of possibilities. He would probably look okay on that body without the second neck joint. So he wouldn't really work very good with all the embossing. The head wouldn't work because it really projects. I took my doll Chateau Christina's second neck joint out just to kind of see how it would be, and it works okay for her because her embossing doesn't stick up too much. But so that it kind of was a bit of a bummer. Like I just didn't like I was scrambling. Like all of my ideas that I had were kind of like greatly changed. Like, oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. She, well, the sculptor, RumpleDoll or Rumpelstiltskin, RumpleDoll, they sculpted this with the idea and it to fit, and all the pictures they showed, it's on the let me see if I'm going to get this right. It's the new old Dolly body. So the old body, the newer one, I guess I take that to mean. So like the old Dolly, Bernard, and Hound, the old Hound body. I've heard them call it the Hound body. So and I'm still confused about that. Is if that's is that actually going to be re-released, or did I already miss that? Because then I was thinking, well, if they're going to release that, I'll buy that in tan, not in tan. I'll be sure to get the light tan because I do actually want tan. I don't want that really dark brown color that I ended up getting with Gahern, which is beautiful, but I want dolls in tan. I'm like trying to get dolls in in tan coloration. So I don't know about that. The other thing that I did think that he actually looked really good on, though, was the Feeple 60 boy body that I have, and the Delph body. So my Chiwu, his Delph body, the proportions are actually really, really good. So I just so happen to have a boy Delph body on layaway, which I'm paying little bits at a time because it's the winter and I'm poor and I've bought too many dolls. But yeah, so I really couldn't let that Delph body go anyways. It was just, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then I was like, well, I guess I do have a head for it. So we'll see. I still kind of have it in my mind that I wanted this guy to be a tan doll. So I'll see when I do get the body, which will be several months off, if I like him on it and if that works for me. I probably won't attempt to do any sort of face up at this point since it's so up in the air. Maybe I will. I guess I can always wipe it. But that's why I sent off my Veneto head, because I just don't have the weather and the time for working on face ups. But I just love like all the sculpting, the way the cheekbones are, the details around the eyes. He's amazing. So that's the inside of his skull cap.